there's a bookmark in here. Apparently I did start it at some point. Something power hungry, something with gods. If it's meant to be, it'll be. Locked Room Murder Mystery is by far my favorite. Hello lovely bookworms, I'm Esmay from Paradise of Pages on Instagram and also on Twitter, and welcome to a new round of Game of the Books. So as you could have seen from the title, today we are doing September. It's been a long time. I think the last time I did was March, and after that I did not film anything at all. We are halfway in September, I'm well aware of that, but considering we've just moved, I now have my own space, I have my library, I can film in a regular manner again. I decided to do one for the remainder of September. So we've once again grabbed the little Game of the Books board. So this guy here, and instead of 6, I'm gonna do 5 rolls. So I thought, let's not talk too much. Without further ado, let's just get into the first roll. Hello and welcome back to the Game of the Books board. So for September we're going to do a little bit of a smaller round. So instead of 6 books we're going to do 5 books, which is, I mean, not necessarily small, but I think I'm not going to do all of them, but it is what it is. So I thought I would quickly shuffle the cards and I will quickly talk a bit about what each color does in a bit. Alright, that is shuffled. So green is my physical TBR, has to be a physical book. Then orange is something that has to do with the content of the book, and blue is something physical about the book. So for example, a book with a map, and this could be a book like a desert fantasy. And then the yellow has to be some type of recommendation or something that was gifted to me, whatever I want. Then the purple is actually a wild card, and I'm gonna allow myself to re-roll 1 time. So if, say for example, I land on something that I really don't like, so for example land on a yellow and really don't like that prompt, I am allowed to pick another card. It's just to help myself a little bit. So without further ado, let's just start with the first roll. That's a 1. That's a natural 1. There we go. So that is physical TBR. And the first one is a blue cover. Okay, I think I can do that. So the first roll was a green, and that was a green-blue cover. So for this one, I actually had one immediately in mind because there's one book that I have already started in this month, and that is a blue book, luckily enough, and that is The Sanatorium by Sarah Pierce. So this is about an old sanatorium that has been turned into a ski resort, and I believe that our main protagonist, Aylin, I'm not that far in, I'm like 25 pages into it, actually goes there for, I think, a wedding, and then the bride goes missing, and I think it is a locked room murder mystery. So they're up on a big mountain and everything is lost, I would say. And in general, I'm just really excited about murder mysteries. We're going into the colder season, so that means that murder mystery is definitely something that is always up my alley, and you all know that I love a good murder mystery. I do have to say that Locked Room Murder Mystery is by far my favorite, so if you have any recommendations for me in that neck of the woods, then please do let me know. I would love more of those. And yeah, that is gonna be, I think, the first book that I put on my TBR for this month. And let's just move on to the second roll. Let's move on to roll number 2. That was not a good. Come on, Esmay, you can do better than that. There we go. Oh, it's the same number. So it's 12. If it's meant to be, it'll be. So 13, and that is content, that is physical thing about the book. A sequel. Okay, I have quite a few of those that I need to read. So a sequel. So the second roll was a blue, and that is a blue sequel. Very broad. Also means I have a lot of choices because there is a lot of sequels I have yet to read. But for this one, I actually decided to go for one that has been on my TBR for the longest time, and that is A Gathering of Shadows by V.E. Schwab. This is the continuation of Darker Shades of Magic. This is about 4 different types of London, and we follow multiple main characters, and I'm just really excited. So basically our main protagonists are able to move between these 4 different types of London. So we have black, white, grey and red. And if I remember correctly, black has been eliminated and white London was... there was something with that as well. I really have to read what the first book was about because it's been a while. I do know that oh, there's a bookmark in here. Apparently I did start it at some point. I do have to say that I really like Lila Bard, I think. Delilah, sorry. Delilah Bard. I remember that, and I really liked Kel. So we'll see what I think of it. This, I think, is a special edition. There's this little beauty right here. That's just beautiful. So that, I think, or at least I hope, I'm going to be able to read that this month. And let's move on to roll number 3. Moving on to number 3. You can't see it, but it is 10. Meaning, if my math skills add up, it's 23. And we're landing on a yellow. Alright. An adult book. I don't have a lot of those, I think, that were recommended to me. I'm gonna pick the second one, see which one I like best. Over 300, okay, we're gonna go for this one, over 300 pages, and this is gonna go. So roll number 3 was a yellow, which means it is a recommendation from you guys, and it had to be over 300 pages. So I actually skipped out on the adult one, simply because I have mostly young adult in my collection at this point, so I kind of need to, knock those out first before I buy any new books. But the one I have decided to go for is To Gaze Upon Wicked Gods by Molly X Chang. And this is beautiful, by the way. This is a Illumicrate edition. I think I shared this book in the last vlog. And I actually have a friend on Instagram who lives quite close by, and she recently read it and said that it was really, really good. So I'm gonna read this upon her recommendation. So that is why I chose this one for the yellow one. I don't know that much about it. Let me quickly... Something power hungry, something with gods, something beautiful. Honestly, this is beautiful. So I like going into my books not knowing too much, so we'll definitely go back on this once I start reading it. And I will let you know what I think on this. I am excited for good old fantasy, luckily enough for me, so let's do that this month. I'm in the fantasy kick and I'm back to my old I don't like contemporary self. Then number 4, I have already used up my, extra pick. That is 18. All right. Need to move the leaves a little bit. Green, physical TBR. Oh, that's upside down. Sprayed edges. I do have quite a couple of those, I think. I'm gonna have to figure out which one I will do. So sprayed edges is number 4. Okay, so number 4 and number 4 was a green sprayed edges. Luckily for me, I do have quite a few of those, and there was one book that I actually recently acquired that I know has sprayed edges and is something that I've been meaning to read, and that is this one, The Darkness Within Us, I said that weirdly, The Darkness Within Us by Tricia Liebenseller. This is the sort of sequel to, I think it's standing over there, The Shadows Between Us. They fit together. This one actually goes up there as well. It's my beautiful covers. And this one has sprayed edges, as you can see. I think I got this off of Amazon. They have a lot of those really pretty sprayed edges books, special editions. This is stunning. And I think it is a sequel but follows the other sister. So I'm really excited for this. I think I can make quick work of this, hopefully. I really love all of Tricia Liebenseller's books. Just looking at the back of this, we have The Shadows Between Us, read that, love that. Blade of Secrets, read that, love that. Master of Iron, read that, not my most favorite, but really enjoyed it. Warrior of the Wild, read that, love that. Daughter of the Pirate King, Daughter of the Siren Queen. I just have to read Vengeance of the Pirate Queen, I think. But other than that, I read most of her books. I really, really like her as a writer, and I think she's an Insta-buy author for me as well. Yeah, I read most of these. So yeah, really am excited to go into this one, considering how much I love that one. And then for now, the final roll number 5. That's 2. So 1, 2, orange. And that's Mythology. Oh gosh, I really wish I would have switched this one out. Alright, that is the final one. And then the final one, which was an orange and orange Mythology. And for this, I do have quite a couple, but I always find it difficult to see what is mythology and what is not. So I actually have 2 options. So the first option that I have, which is 100% for certain a mythology book, is this one, What the River Knows by Isabel Ibanez. And this is Egyptian mythology. I know that Femke has read it, considering she is in love with Egyptian mythology, and she did really enjoy it. So I am excited to go into this one. It is the most stunning cover. I am beyond happy with this book. I think it was also a gift. I think I got this for my birthday from Femke. I just really like this one. So it's either going to be this one, or, considering I don't know if this is mythology or not, I also put on here Shadowgast by Thomas Taylor. This is an Erie-on-Sea mystery, and this does go into sort of mythology of the town. And usually it has to do with, I don't know, river monsters and all those kinds of things. This is very Halloween-y, so I think this I might keep this for October. But it's gonna be either of these books, I think, or something completely different. I once again will not hold myself back of changing things, but I think either of these would be, this is the better way around, would be fine. I'm not completely sure if this is mythology. I'm 100% certain this one is. So that is that. Let me quickly get all the books together and show you the stack that I have. So fun fact, I actually sprained my wrist while moving the dryer on top of the washing machine. So this is quite painful, so bear with me. But this is my stack. So I have The Darkness Within Us, To Gaze Upon Wicked Gods, What the River Knows, The Sanatorium, A Gathering of Shadows, and Shadowgast. So this is 6 books. I'm not sure which one I will read, how it will go this month, but this is the TBR I'm trying to stick to this month. So that's going in my TBR cart. And that was everything for this first sit down back video. I am really excited to have moved, to be back into a space that I can film without actually bothering my partner. I know I'm not bothering him, but it didn't feel as comfortable sitting downstairs while he was either in the room or in the room next to it, and he could physically hear me speak and film. Whereas I now have my own space, I can edit, I have room to just leave my monitor standing here and whatnot, and that just makes me really happy. So I hope you're excited. If there are videos that you would love to see from me, let me know. I do plan on going back to my journal as well and those kinds of things. So yeah, do let me know what you would like to see from me, and I want to thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to our channel and press that little bell icon so you get post notifications every single time that we post, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye!